Why Reacher's personality is so logical and straightforward, according to Season 3's Flashbacks. Reacher Season 3's Episode 4 features a long flashback sequence that is not only a crucial driver of the titular character's story, but also provides insights into why he has a logical and straightforward personality. Although Alan Ritchson's Jack Reacher is a little more talkative than his book counterpart, the show seems to perfectly capture his stoic demeanor, frugal lifestyle, and blunt attitude toward life. Alan Ritchson, too, does an incredible job of portraying the character's simple-mindedness and ability to stay calm and collected even in the gravest situations. In Reacher Season 3 Episode 4's Flashback, the titular character teams up with Dominique Cole after his senior officer, Leon Garber, asks him to take her under his wing. Although Reacher initially seems a little apprehensive about having a trainee under him, he soon sees why Garber sees immense potential in Cole. Reacher ensures that he and Cole maintain a professional relationship, but unknowingly opens up to her about some intriguing details about his past family and the reason behind his frank and no-nonsense attitude. In Reacher Season 3, Cole realizes Jack Reacher is exactly like his father. Reacher notices a small cut on Cole's hand while they work on their mission in the Season 3 flashback. Cole reveals she got it from a broadhead, recalling how she often went hunting with her father. After remembering some pleasant memories of her father and revealing that he passed away, Cole asks Reacher about his father. He reveals his father was a Marine, making Cole curious whether his father inspired him to join the military. When she asks him about it, Reacher responds with a maybe. The Alan Ritchson character further adds that his father had a disdain for anything fancy and no use for excess or wealth. Realizing that Jack Reacher is a lot like his father, Cole asks him if he takes after him. Although Reacher again responds with a maybe, it seems evident that his father's beliefs and lifestyle choices rubbed off on him. In Season 3's Episode 3, Reacher tells Zachary's son Richard that he had a great relationship with his father. The scene highlights how he always looked up to his father, playing a crucial role in shaping his worldview and character. Almost throughout Reacher Season 3 Episode 4's flashbacks, Jack Reacher's senior officer, General Leon Garber, keeps reminding him of the lessons he has taught him. For instance, when Reacher realizes what might have happened to Cole, Garber asks him to remember to never get distracted from the job at hand. Even when Reacher tracks down Quinn and makes it clear that he is going to kill him, Garber tells him to do it once, do it right. The character's iconic "assumptions kill" line is also something he seems to have learned from his experience of working under Garber. Reacher and Leon Garber's history in the original Lee Child Jack Reacher books reveals that the two shared a father-son relationship. This explains why, along with his father, Reacher also looks up to Garber and carries his lessons and worldview with him. Both Stan Reacher and Leon Garber are portrayed as influential figures in Reacher's titular character's life, who have significantly shaped his moral compass, lifestyle, sense of justice, and approach to solving problems. Jack Reacher has always stood out as a man of clarity in a world clouded with ambiguity. Whether he's calculating angles in a fistfight or cutting through the noise in a convoluted conspiracy, Reacher's hallmark is his directness, a personality sculpted from precision, logic, and uncompromising straightforwardness. But Season 3 of Reacher, based on Persuader, the seventh novel by Lee Child, gives us more than just another chapter in his nomadic crusade against injustice. Through its skillfully woven flashbacks, it peels back the layers and shows us why Reacher is the way he is. The flashbacks, set during Reacher's formative years at West Point and early Army days, are more than nostalgic vignettes. They're blueprints of his psyche. They lay bare how Reacher's sharp-edged worldview was not just innate but deliberately forged by a series of pivotal experiences. The rigorous precision of military training. One of the recurring themes in Season 3's flashbacks is the harsh discipline and intellectual rigor of West Point. Young Reacher, already physically imposing, is constantly reminded that brute strength is meaningless without precision. Drill instructors, mentors, and even peers hammer into him the idea that clarity of thought is not an asset, it's a requirement. In one standout flashback, we see Reacher faced with a tactical decision during a live training exercise. His team falters under pressure, second-guessing each other's moves, but Reacher cuts through the confusion by sticking strictly to protocol and logic. He isolates the variables, makes the call, and succeeds. The aftermath, where an instructor pulls him aside and says, "Emotion clouds judgment. Clarity wins wars," resonates deeply with him. This ethos becomes the foundation of Reacher's mature personality. His terse speech, deliberate movements, and almost mechanical assessment of danger are not symptoms of coldness, but reflections of a mind trained to value economy over excess. Every action must be efficient. Every decision must be stripped of unnecessary noise. Family influence and the code of honor, while military training sharpened Reacher's logic, his unyielding sense of fairness and straightforwardness has older roots in his family. Season 3 digs deeper into Reacher's relationship with his father, Stan Reacher, a stern Marine who operated with a black and white moral code. A crucial flashback shows a young Jack being reprimanded not for losing a schoolyard fight, but for lying about it. His father's words, "You don't bend the truth, son. You bend yourself to meet it," echo throughout Reacher's adult life. This upbringing fostered an early allergy to dishonesty and manipulation. It explains why, years later, Reacher walks away from complex social entanglements and prefers facts over feelings. His moral compass doesn't wobble because, in his mind, the truth is always singular and the right course of action is often the simplest one. Early betrayals and the value of self-reliance. Season 3's flashbacks also highlight the first cracks in Reacher's youthful idealism. A subplot involving a trusted commanding officer betraying their unit for personal gain shakes his belief in institutional integrity. Watching his mentor manipulate evidence and abandon his comrades instills in Reacher the realization that systems and people are fallible. The only constant he can depend on is his own reasoning. It's here that his later adult habit of solitary investigation takes root. Reacher doesn't need bureaucracy, red tape, or backup because experience taught him that relying on flawed institutions is riskier than relying on himself. His logic and straightforwardness become armor, protecting him from betrayal and failure. Minimalism as a byproduct of clarity. Another subtle revelation from these flashbacks is how Reacher's minimalist lifestyle, the toothbrush traveler with no possessions and no permanent address, is not just wanderlust, but a reflection of his desire for clarity. Physical clutter, like emotional clutter, distracts from objective reality. Young Reacher's disillusionment with complicated chains of command and corrupt hierarchies led him to simplify every part of his life. In one poignant flashback, he packs up his belongings at the end of an army tour and discards nearly everything except essentials. "The less you carry, the faster you move," he muses. This isn't just literal, it becomes a philosophy. His streamlined, Spartan approach to life mirrors how he solves problems: strip away the unnecessary, keep only what's useful, and move forward quickly. The flashbacks reframe Reacher's present. Season 3's strategic deployment of these glimpses into Reacher's past transforms our understanding of his present. His stoicism, his monosyllabic speech, his seemingly cold detachment, they are not quirks of temperament but deliberate adaptations. They are survival mechanisms honed in a world that taught him early on that clarity, logic, and straightforwardness aren't just efficient, they're necessary.